Something seems to be sent. Lower bitrate below 8 to avoid cutoffs. You got new chat message. Alright. Unable to connect. Yes. Few problems. That's okay. Let's see, I'm gonna try chat. Then an S, and we're gonna go here. Let's see. And I'm gonna close that. And I'm gonna start that thing. Start. And I fucked up. Crazy. Alright, but everything seems to be fine. Then, yeah. If it's fine, right? No need to worry. Let's see. Everything seems to work. Yeah, I had to install OBS through Flatpak right now because it didn't work at all. It was just broken. But yeah, let's see where. Let's see what I would like to do now. Oh my god, my internet is so bad. It's so bad. How bad it's bad. Have changes in this client? That's weird. Alright, let's see. This one is server. This one is client. Okay, so what I wanted to do today was to fix the weird ass problem that clients cannot stay inside. So weird. This thing. Zig run. That's fine. So launch the server. Bam. And then if I do a Zig build run on the client, it launches and it runs and it's good and it's happy. If it would do so, but it's taking some time to do the translation. Shouldn't take that long. I should have it in cache. Crazy times that it does take this long. Linking C++ yet. And there we go. Why does it say size 8? There shouldn't be that many things in that. Whatever. But yeah, if I do a hot reload, it will be broken. It's funny. Or if I do this and I start another one, Zig build. I forgot the music. Because then it will say that the size goes to 0, which is dumb as hell. And we can move in here, but we can't move in here. It does register that I'm pressing buttons though. So I don't know how it's possible that that memory is actually being reset. And we do get that. Let me put the music on. I forgot to stream on Discord. Do you want to stream on Discord, Harold, or?
I mean, if you need help, then yeah, you're gonna have to, but otherwise, nah.
Yeah, okay, I will not do it until maybe needed, because I don't want to lose more internet.
Yeah.
Or upload speed. This is weird. Entity map somehow gets resetted. I guess what I will do, this should actually maybe leave. Let's take it away from here. And we'll go to shared, but I don't want it. No, actually, it can be in system. It's perfect. The world can actually contain it. And then it will be persistent. And then we don't need to... Yes, that's what it will do. That's perfect. Dot entity mapping try dot init allocate. So all right. Then we can go to network manager and we don't do this here, and then we don't need to worry about this. Now it will change a few places because there will not be such things as this. They will actually come from info now. Which may be a bit weird. But I think that should guarantee the info.world. See if I move, and I go here and I do another Zig build run. Okay, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Okay, I move. I can move on both. Oh yes. Oh, perfect. So now we can finally move on both clients. Now we just need to visually represent each client. And they should be able to see each other. Ah, it's so good. It's perfect.
Yeah, you like my unmarshalling and marshalling, my guy?
Yeah, I love your martial arts. They are so cool. And
yes.
yeah. Yeah, we still have some few other errors. Yeah, I'm actually leaking right now. We can add it now to the deinit in the sys.
Bro, how are you leaking?
Leaking
is a skill issue.
Well, it's kind of
Skill
like
issue.
it's actually a skill. If you knew how to leak memory, you would also do it, but you don't. You suck.
I do though.
You do know how to leak memory.
I do leak memory sometimes.
Skill.
But I fix it like instantly, so
I also fixed mine now.
unlike you, I don't leave it. But I don't leave it for 4 years.
You know I double it and give it to the next one.
Yeah, the next process.
The next process. Exactly. Okay, but let's try to, now that an entity gets created, right? We should
now host it so I can connect.
Well, we still would like to be able to see each other before that happens, right?
Nah. I don't think so.
Spawn entity here. Oopsie daisy. Spawn entity. How should we go about indicating also what components this entity would need when it gets spawned. Like we kind of would like to know. Well, I guess we could have a
yeah,
type field.
exactly.
You know, a type field. I don't know if it's, but we also would like to know what kind of information. That's, like we would like to know exactly the component and you know,
and its value. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I guess we would just have to like associate every single component with like an ID, which could do at compile time based on the type name. You know?
Yes. I mean, but this is also a little
Yeah.
bit.
But so we will hash it.
There's one thing that is kind of like, because these commands, they're shared between the server and the client, right? But then the client and the server have their own kind of ECS with their own components.
Yeah, but that, well, I mean, the server might not even need one, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't. It is more primitive. At least client will need everything that the server has, but the server will not need everything that the client has.
Yeah, I mean, really, I don't think ECSs are very good.
How dare you?
But I mean, you do. So yeah, I mean, I should really remake my ECS if I'm gonna be honest.
Well, you can do
but,
that. No, but
yeah, no.
I think easiest for now maybe is just provide the ID of the entity and then the component, kind of like.
Well, you can't provide the ID because the ID will be different on each client.
Yeah, no, but I still need to know. I just provide the server ID entity, and then the clients has a mapping to what is their entity ID compared to the server ID. It's just like when the server says that object A has moved, so so the client can know what is my object or what is the object A, what is this object A, so it can know when it has an update.
Well,
that's why I provide it.
Sure, but that that's it's a bit wasteful. I mean, there should be like a smarter way to do this.
Well, there isn't, because I cannot spawn an entity with a specific ID. Or can I?
Well, oh wait. What if we made a shared or like a network component that you can put on the on an entity, right? Yeah. And then that will send over to the server whenever I guess for like a callback or some shit, I don't know. Right, and then that one has like a shared key or something, right? And the server and all the clients have the same one for the same entity, right? Through that component. You get me?
No, I don't really get you.
No, but like imagine you have the player entity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's you put a network component or like a shared or like a, you know, right? And that component basically, like the only entities you will send to the server have to have that component. Yeah.
But what is this component really? Like, it's just a.
Well, it would be like a sort of like an ID, right?
Yeah.
But it would be shared between the client and the server. Like the server will be the owner of the ID, sort
So
of, right?
instead of storing the mapping, you would have a component that stores the key or the ID, which is the same.
Yeah, and then in the player move or whatever, then you could be like, hey, I want to send this command, and then in the header of that or something,
Yeah,
you can put the key to be that component's key.
Yeah, so it's just the same that I'm doing now, for example, with update transform. I send the ID that it's on the server, then I go through the key mapping, so I can get the key to the actual ECS on the client. You would now provide again, because you need to provide the ID, but instead of going through a mapping, you do what? How do you use this key to get the...
Well, instead of having a mapping, it's like, let's say you have one client on the server, like connected to the game, right?
Yeah.
And then there joins another client. Then the server will make up like an ID, right?
Yeah.
And that could be like whatever. And then it sends that to all the other clients that, hey, this person joined on this ID or whatever. It can spawn or some shit.
Yeah.
And now every single client has this ID for like another client's like player, right? And then when you kill that player, you could like send a request that is your client's key and that client key, right? And then the server can figure out which client this refers to.
But the clients needs to know what the server is talking about, not the server needs to know what the clients are talking about. Because the server is the
No,
authority.
because the server is the owner of, yeah, it's the authority of this like key, right?
Of the whole system, of the whole world. It's the one who decides. The clients just replicates
Well,
what the
not
world
for
does.
everything, because, well, no, because let's say you have like a grass component or some shit, right? You don't need that to be networked, right?
Yeah, but that will not
And
be
so it doesn't need to have a shared key. Yeah,
Yes,
sure, but it wouldn't need like the network component. It doesn't need a shared key, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that the entities that get spawned through the network is the only thing that get a networking ID. Everything else is just spawned normally to the ECS without the ID reference. But I guess it would be.
I mean, I think my thing is like way nicer, because then you really know like what will be
Well, I'm still
sent,
wondering.
and
Let's say the
they
server
will
now
always have
sends
a shared
a
state.
request to move a entity. How do we get? How does the client know which entity this is?
Well, because it matches.
But how does it
The
match? How? Let's say
that
you get
well,
a key said 64. How does the client now figure out
yeah,
which entity or component which entity
yeah,
this is in the ECS?
yeah, that's easy.
How?
So now basically, then we have to query
Yeah, so
for
we have to
that
query.
component, the network component, right? And then it just finds the correct one and sees, and that's whatever they command, you know.
Yeah, but then you would have to query and go through each loop and find which one has that instead of just key mapping and just access.
Yeah, as if you weren't doing that for one singular camera, bro. Like,
no, you need
and
to do
querying
this
is
for
not
every.
very expensive.
You have to do this for every time that you want to do an update, and these updates will happen frequently between multiple entities.
Well, I mean, you could do some kind of caching if you wanted, you know, like you could have like
but isn't that just mapping
an
them?
array of like 5. Not really, because it doesn't need a hash map, and hash map. Well, no, because it's just gonna lead to like having it way cleaner and be more separated, right?
I don't know.
Because then you have one system that manages all of the networking, right?
Yeah, like I used to have the mapping inside of the networking, but I need data to be persistent on hot reload, so I moved it to the world instead. So the world has it now in this.
Caching.
I think the mapping
like,
is still fine.
You see, nah, bro, the mapping is bad. Are you using a hash map or what?
Auto hash map, yes.
Yeah, you see, hash maps take up a lot of memory, and not good.
I still think it's fine.
Yeah, and also, like literally everything is fine. Like you could write this in TypeScript, but the thing, if you have this network component, it just becomes so much easier. Like, because you only have to have one system really that has all the command parsing and handling and reading whatever, and operating on it. Well, maybe not reading, but like operating on the commands.
I think I would have to kind of like actually see some more examples on it, because for me it feels like it's gonna be just more work than just having the mapping.
Well, more work often leads to, you know, better experience. So
okay,
like
well, more work
better
and
experience.
not and harder to manage.
Well, no, because like if you make it harder to manage just because of that, then you're just dumb, or it's like a C++ abstraction, which is just garbage and trash and yeah, no.
I'm gonna.
Like the renderer is.
I need to add a mesh component.
Right? But you're saying, I think it would be really nice to have like a component for the networking, because then later it's kind of like having an ECS ID or like an ID in the ID, right? But this ID is shared between all clients and the server. And that also means that the server would be the only one to like have to handle managing the IDs, right? Like it would have to check that this ID doesn't exist and whatever.
I'm still confused about why. Why? I feel like it's not just. I'm thinking just client would be doing this. Like, why would the server be? The server should be the one that tells what is facts, and then the client just tries to confirm that they are doing the right thing. The server should not be responsible. Am I doing the
Sure,
right thing?
it's handling the facts, but it's also like facts to what thing? Like I don't know, is it a fact to like a chest or a loot box or a UI widget? Like I don't know.
Well, UI
Like shouldn't the server be handling the fact there? You know?
I'm still like, wait. It still sounds so.
You want me to? Do you want me to demonstrate?
I think you
or-
would have to demonstrate, yes, but yeah, okay, demonstrate. Why won't it play? Still status. Damn.
I don't know.
It's just loading.
Okay.
Now it's done.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Oh, okay. Demonstration. Minecraft. Great.
Yeah. Sorry. So I should do Minecraft. Okay. Anyways. Right. So let's say we have the well yeah we have the client, right? And like we have this ECS, you know? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And we have this like player component, right? And it has like an X and a Y, right? Uh-huh. And then you would have like a network shared or something component, right? And this would just have a key. Oh yes. Wait 1 sec. Hello. I'm demonstrating something to Lubas right now, so I can speak. Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Absolute fire.
Let's see. Okay. Anyways, sorry. Right. Now this one here. Like, let's say we have this system, right? It's called just networking, blah blah blah. Takes in the world or whatever.
Yeah.
Networking, yes.
Networking.
And then we just query for this one, right? So we get all of these ones, and then we loop over it. Yeah. And because that the entity ID is unusable because it's different on the clients and server, right?
Yes.
Then this kind of is like the ID, right?
What is that ID? What is the?
Well, this one, like the server, like let's say when a player connects, right? Yeah. Then the server receives that, right? And then it makes an ID.
Yeah.
Right.
It just creates an entity with and gets an
Yeah,
ID.
exactly. Well, not really. Like the server might not even have an ECS, right? The ID is probably just gonna be like a sequence number, right? So it just goes up by one every time you create a new ID, right?
But then the server will have to keep track on what that means.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It does that.
Why not just
because like it's gonna have to keep track of it anyways.
If it just has the entity ID that is inside of the ECS, it's just way easier to know what we're talking about.
Well, no, it can't. No. Well, no, it's just not, because using the one in the ECS might lead to like overlap or like a bunch of other shit, right? And
Overlap, but that shouldn't.
it
IDs are
is
supposed
easier
to
to
be.
have a sequence.
They're supposed to be unique. If they lead to overlap, we'll have other problems. That shouldn't happen in the ECS.
I know, but that's well, if you destroy an entity on your end, on the client, and then you make a new entity there, and the server still believes that that is the ID, right? Like, no, no.
Well, you shouldn't.
But
What? That if you destroy, but then the client's doing something that it should not. The server is authoritative, so then the client will have to correct
yes.
that.
But still, like, the client should not be able to break the server, even if the client is dumb, you know?
No, but the client can break. The server should not break. That's the client is just listening to what the server says. It should not be able to do any changes to the.
Yeah, sure.
It don't sense like request.
But like the
hey,
ID
can I please do
creation
this?
is
That has nothing to do. The client cannot directly modify the server ECS. The server is telling. It's getting requests from the client what it wants to do, and then the server sees can it do it, and then it does modifications to the ECS and sends the update to the clients. The clients cannot directly tell what the ECS should do on the server. Never trust the client.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Anyways, I didn't even like listen to what you said, but sure. But like ID creation doesn't matter, right? Like when it does that, it can like send back, send back the player ID, and now on the client it will assign like its player entity, and it will assign this network shared to be the ID, right?
The key.
Uh-huh.
Do you mean the key will be
And
the
now,
ID?
yeah, I mean key ID is the same,
Okay.
but difference.
Okay.
It's actually the same.
So we'll just store the
right.
ID in a component. Okay. The server ID.
Yeah.
In that.
And
component.
the thing, yeah.
Will the server also
and the
have
advantage
this
of this also
component?
is.
Or.
Yeah, sure.
Why would the server need this?
Well, it depends. No, well, it depends. Like, if we're gonna have an ECS for the server, yes. If not, no.
Well, yes, we will have to have. That's how everything works, kind of. But how? Why would?
I mean, if the server has to have.
Why would the server need that? I cannot see. Yeah. Okay. Well, explain that. Maybe I will understand that.
Okay. So then it sends back the ID, and now both the server and client are like saying that the player's like network ID is like 67, right?
Yes, of course. That's a great ID.
Of course. And then we have another player, right? Connects. Yeah. And then the server makes an ID, right? And then it sends ID to all clients, right? And it could be like ID 78, right? And now all the clients and the server are aware that this client here is whatever this is. I guess also when a new one connects, it would also have to send all the like existing players, right?
Yeah, but that,
and like probably literally everything.
That works, but
yeah,
it's in the
different.
wrong place. I think it works, but it does it already.
Oh, but this is actually way better then also, because then it could actually send to the new client also all of the network shared resources. Yeah.
That is actually pretty good, yeah, because then you could just query every.
Yeah.
But then again, anything that is on the on the server should already be in the shared and not anything else. So I don't know.
Yeah.
The server should not have anything that is not shared.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Like, if the server has an ECS, this is really good. And otherwise, I mean, it's still pretty alright. Yeah. Yes. And I mean, that's kinda it. Well, I guess also if like client 2 kills client 1, right? Then it would send like a kill request, right? And then it would be sent from the ID 67.
I don't think you. Well, I guess it depends on the game. But you usually just shoot a bullet, and the bullet will eventually on the server do the calculation that it should kill something, and not a client request that it kills someone. It just performs an action.
Sure.
But and then on the server it's
Yeah,
calculated
sure.
that something
But,
died,
like,
and then it will send a request that this thing should be dead now.
Sure. But like the thing with this, like having a network shared component, which I think is really good, right? It's that it makes so it can be separated from everything else, because you don't have to do networking in the player, the like enemies, the world gen, like
No, but
you don't need that.
I still just do networking in the networking manager. I don't do networking in any of the other ones with this entity mapping.
But like, is the networking currently like even connected to the DCS in like any way?
Yeah. You
Okay,
we
but
get
it's like it's the network manager getting the ECS, right?
yeah, it gets the ECS and it gets the entity mapping.
I mean, shouldn't the ECS be the heart of everything, right?
Yeah, it is the heart of everything.
Well, no, it's not.
How not?
If you're passing the ECS to the network manager, now they're on the same level, right? They're like, well, no, well, yeah, sort of say same level because they're like sharing shit with each other, right? But like the
No,
player, for example, it's below the ECS.
the ECS is a structure that is passed to every system. So every system can perform the action it wants, so the networking performs the actions it needs to perform on it.
Yeah, sure, I guess. But I still think it's pretty good.
I mean, it sounds cool, but I think it's more complicated than just having an.
What? It is super easy, bro. Like, look at this. It's one structure I wrote here in like 2 seconds.
But I mean, you would have to query for it. That's what the thing, and the querying will just. Well, I guess it's the same as just doing the entity mapping. But I can't really see like a big upside to choosing either or. I think just entity mapping is the one I got right now, and it's nice and doesn't add more components into the ECS.
But you have to do networking in the player, or?
No. Everything is done inside of the.
No? Okay, so
manager.
then you are querying for the players in Network Manager.
I'm querying for the clients. No, wait, the client, not
the clients.
The client, not the clients. The players are just entities. They are not considered to be specific players. They're just entities that gets updated.
Okay.
So the network manager,
the
when
client,
they play, so when a client gets connected, the server sends to all other clients that this client got connected. The other clients will receive a entity spawn request, and they will spawn through network manager will spawn in a entity to the ECS when it receives that request.
Mm-hmm. And now, how do you like update the position of that other player so that like player one can
in the network manager
get
will
that
receive
player to move like out?
Yeah, so the ECS, what it does, it receives the update request from a client, and when it sees that request, it will update that position of the entity and send the ID, the server ID, to all of the clients with the update command, the update transform, and all of the clients will receive in their network manager that they got the update command, and they will receive what entity ID is it, and then through entity mapping they will update that entity ID with the new position.
This entity ID here, that like yeah, so client one, right, sends the shit like its ID,
yeah,
right, to client two, but like how does client two know that the ID of player one here is, client one's player is like this number?
This is not peer-to-peer. It's server authoritative, so you have to go through a server with this. You cannot go directly to
Yeah,
client.
Sure.
So the server sends that, hey, I would like to update my position, right? And it doesn't send this is an input command, right? So it doesn't send its ID, it sends just its action, right?
Okay.
Because
But how does the action like know what entity it affects?
Because the client is associated with its entity ID on the server.
Okay, but like if the client one here
Mm.
has like a player and like a bullet, right?
Yeah.
How does it tell the server that this bullet and this thing here
You will
got
send
moved so that client
it will
2
be
and
another
all other ones?
it will be a action command. So the client 1 will send an action, shoot bullet, and then the server will see that there's an action, and it knows that it's steal again, which is the client, because you always get with the request, we will know who is this entity, right? So we'll get the entity position ID, or with the ID we can get the position and spawn a bullet from that position. It doesn't matter who sent it. We could still store that information if we wanted to, but it's irrelevant. We just need to spawn a bullet from the player's position that we just got. And the clients don't care
Okay,
about
so
that.
this in. Okay, so okay, well I see then. Like if you're just passing a bunch of like input events or whatever, then it's a bit different, I guess. Is that what you're doing? You're just like passing around that like this player got like pressed A or what?
They pressed forward or not, like input actions. I'm passing that.
Sure.
The clients should
Okay.
not say I want to be on position. Well, I guess unless if that should be an actual valid action, but they should not be the one doing a calculation saying that I should now be in this position, because that then it just gets weird, because then every client can have their own kind of source of truth, which is wrong.
Right. Okay, well then your thing I think makes more sense. I just didn't know that you were just passing a bunch of input events. But in that case, what was I thinking? Again, I don't know, I forgot.
You forgot?
No, but that makes more sense. Yeah, but in that case, it makes more sense.
What were you thinking?
But
then?
oh yeah, right, right. Well, I was thinking that you were sending like that the player moved to like this position, right?
Yeah, no. That then it would.
Okay. But one thing though, because you're sending the like actions, right?
Yeah.
Are you also like doing something on the client before the server is sent back, just to reduce like input latency and stuff?
Do you mean predictions?
Yeah, sort of. Like if you press like W, do you have to wait for the server to send back
Right
your
now,
new position?
Yeah, you would have to wait right now. You can do interpolation,
Okay.
which is basically kind of start predicting, and then that's when you get the, you know, in games when you have bad ping, all of a sudden you're still moving around. So basically that would happen. But I don't have that yet.
But can't the client just like do its own thing, you know?
Yeah,
like
you
do
can
the exact same calculation as the server.
Yeah, you could still like. That would be a later stage when we actually get on to more physics stuff, because we kind of would need to keep track of states to kind of interpolate between these states to see like where it should be going, because we don't want to implement physics all over again on the client, because that would kind of defeat the purpose of having a authoritative server, because then we are again having different source of truths, and that we don't want. We kind of want approximations that we can do, because then if it approximates wrong, it will not be too wrong. But if you do own physics calculation, then things will start go crazy.
Okay. No, I see. All right.
Yeah, okay. Well, still interesting thought. I don't think it's like completely wrong, but I think it's more.
Yeah, this doesn't make sense for what like the thing you're doing. Yeah, with the like actions.
I still just need to think of the way of how do I, when I say spawn entity, right? Like how do I, because it would be really nice to just have a way to kind of read all of the components, so I don't have to like add these things in, you know, so I could just immediately during
through the power of dynamic arrays that we have, my guy. You see, bro, like we can just send over all the components like straight in a union. In
you mean like you think it's so
Yes.
Oh, that could actually work. I was just thinking like, because it's a bit of an overkill of memory usage, right? To send such much when it could just be used, but we have the tagged. We could use tagged, so just send a tag instead.
Yeah.
But we still would need the data, so I guess no, it doesn't work. Yeah, we would actually have to send the whole component information. Yeah, you're right.
The thing though is we would have to implement just like so we can write tagged unions in the Marshall and unmarshall, but it's not too hard.
Yeah.
So yeah.
For now, I'll just force a. I want to force a mesh component. Yeah, that was where I got stuck right now. I was like, where should I put this mesh component?
Yes, in the renderer.
Yes.
Or like where are you putting other components? No, I think renderer.
I have
Because
it
you
in
can just access
system.
it in the outside, whatever.
Yeah, I guess Vulkan. I do have meshes.
I guess.
Which is, but it's kind of because this is kind of more or less just the ECS mesh. It's not. It shouldn't be the actual. Or can it be the Vulkan?
Yeah, okay. Well, in that case.
Can it be the Vulkan?
Well, you could
mesh?
have it as the Vulkan stuff. You could. But I don't know if you should, because like you want the components to be as small as possible.
Yeah, because this would contain now so much more information than.
Well, it could just be a pointer as well, you know?
Oh yeah.
And then the renderer would just like
I
manage
think that
it.
would actually be so freaking perfect because that would be so easy to also make work with the hot reloading then. Yeah. There's a pointer to.
Yeah, like the renderer just manages all the like meshes and whatever, right? And then you don't have to like recreate stuff. Like when you reload, you could like check kind of like, oh, we already have this mesh loaded here.
Yeah, no,
we don't need to create a new one.
I just
you know?
kind of ID init and reinitialize the renders, and then the pointers will be.
Okay, well then.
But
okay, well maybe not then.
Yeah, but we can do.
But yeah, no.
We can do the mesh thingy, and then store
yeah.
that.
You can just store a pointer, you know. Yeah.
But I still would. Can I? I'm gonna try something fun.
There's one thing that is like really bad about my ECS right now, and it is that you can only like, let's say you want to have two different like components, right? But they share the same name. Yeah, you can't. Yeah. I know. And you can't do aliasing. It just doesn't work. So yeah. It's kinda shit. But it works.
This might be a super dumb idea or it might be a super smart idea, but only time will tell.
Probably none of them.
Shit. I cannot just. Oh no. Actually, this is not that smart. If I spawn a entity, the renders. Okay, I haven't thought this through really at all. Maybe it should be more like metadata about what the mesh is, because right now I'm like. I was thinking of just storing the pointer of the actual mesh, but now I'm like. I kind of need to just provide what kind of mesh it will be. I think that's better. Because I cannot in here just say spawn mesh and then provide. I shouldn't have access to the render inside of the network. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, but you can just I guess have like an ID for each mesh or something. But like, because you don't like to pass IDs like by human, you know, you can just like hash it at compile time like a string, right? So you could just type in that you want like the lubus like model, right? And then it would just hash that and figure it out. Yeah. Like hash it into a number, right?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go structure. And I'm gonna store like just the ID for now. I think that's fine. that will be it. And then when it gets to the renderer, it will just check the ID to do whatever it does. But for now, for simplicity reasons, I will go with this. And let's see. Yeah. And then I can just say system mesh. Then dot ID is equal to 0. And then I have fucked up, as usual. Variable. And we need to provide one more thing in here. Info easy world easy. And that should we also need a transform. And we're gonna try to put it. We don't have this information on spawn yet, so we're gonna do this. And yes, that should run. Just gonna make sure. Oops. Nice. See. Run. Shouldn't do anything more crazy than just running once. And if I start another client, it should also just run normally. Yes. We don't have any meshes though, but that's fine. And then now when we go into renderer, actually Vulkan. Now this is gonna get interesting because I do have one mesh, but this is the planet mesh. So what I'm gonna do is gonna yank this and just say box mesh. It's fixed. Quick
Planet mesh? Did
Yeah.
someone say planet?
I always say planets actually. That's really.
It's in the title.
Oh no, it's not. Planet mesh, like so.
Planetary Sigma.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, also Lucas, you should tell your viewers about the video you're gonna release on Sunday.
Oh, it's a banger video, trust me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro, I've seen the script. I've even written like 2 words of it, you know. I think I really contributed there.
I think so too. Wait, box vertices, but it's in the yes. Wait, I don't need to do this. It's just
In the
sort of-
yes?
Yes.
Oh, my window manager. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh yes, that thing. Very, very much.
Yes.
I think pretty much.
I should really add that native structure that you need to figure out if it's Wayland or X, but
I really need that thing.
yeah, it's not even hard to add either. Like I can do it, but it's I have to change so many signatures, bro. Like literally 10 like different functions have to be changed or like added, I guess. But yeah, it should really happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
8K farming in Minecraft anyways. I can probably do it right now.
That would be sick. I'm doing indices in both. That's crazy. Vertices. Data items. Huh? Is it just like that? There's no way. Indices. I guess it wants. Yeah. Like so. That should run. Oh wait, we'll leak that now, but that's okay. That's not okay. We will add it in here. Planet self.boxmesh init allocator self.vma and Now we'll free that memory as well. And then what we can do now, we'll have access to all of this. Then when you go through render here, we pass in self and pass in info. So each render is here. And this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. We'll do all of this the same way. Fine. That is also fine, but what I'm trying to... let's see, draw index here. This is where... so then we'll also have to do here. Or... then we'll have to go info dot world dot ec... no, what the fuck am I doing? I'm dumb, sorry. We'll have to take this away from here, and we'll just do var query. May not be the smartest, but it's still just to get it to work. Is it query? Am I doing this the right way? I think I am. And we're gonna get each... maybe I'm doing this completely wrong now. Let's see, it's gonna be each... do we have system? Yes. We're gonna get all of this meshes and all of this end set. We'll go through system that transform just to keep it persistent with that access. Let's see. So all of the components will be in kind of the same place. On public const transform import, not import, and set transform 3D 32. So now we can go in here and say transform, so we'll get that. But that will not actually look nice now when I think about it. Maybe it's actually a worse approach. No, I like it. Okay, we'll go with it. So we'll query for all of those, and then while query.next, and we'll capture entry. And then we can just go right. Now I actually have to start getting into the model matrix. Oh shit. Yeah, actually the model matrix now. Fuck. That's okay. This should actually be in a completely different place. This is such a monster thing, but camera, projection view, yeah, now we just need a model. The model should be passed. Oof, we have the push constant. Yeah. Yeah, it's unique for each model. Something it should be passed with each push constant. But for now, we'll just query this. And we'll just say, we'll get the const mesh is equal to entry dot just get. I think it was get system dot mesh, and was it then info dot world dot ec, and it's going to be valid. And then we're gonna change this to transform yes, and well, we actually won't do anything with the transform. That's not how you spell transform either. We will draw the mesh, so then we can just go. Oh, this is actually more or less mesh ID, which we don't even have to do that. It's It's for later on. I'm thinking too far ahead. We'll use it later on. Let's see. VK command draw index. And it's just the same thing as up here, so I can just yank this. Or I could actually do... Nah, we're gonna do this. Why is there two of them now? What the fuck? Paste it there. And we're gonna change it instead of drawing the planet. Oh no, I need to update the push constants. Damn it! It's okay. Well, actually, this will just be the same, but it will be box mesh. So, and then query. Redeclaration of query. Where the fuck is query before this? Ah, because I do it for the camera already once. Well, yeah, we'll have to think of something different there, but it's okay. We'll just do query mesh. And then we'll have to take the push constant as well. Do I? Yes. Shit. I do care about all of these things as well. No, that can still be the same. But yeah, because here we want to pass the buffer address. Which I should... Oh yeah, because I do it differently nowadays. Wait, hold on. I feel like I'm doing something very wrong right now. That is still fine. GPU info 2. Okay, now. Then we'll just do this. Well, right now there's only one place where this will happen, so we can go a bit cheap on it. And then we can actually reuse the thing. Yeah. Then we'll just bind the new one with the box mesh. And we'll just draw that. It should spawn now multiple boxes in the center. Let's see if it does it. Unless if I write something wrong. Let's see. Okay. So if I go here and I start another client, we should see a box appear. We don't. It should, but it doesn't. Alright. Let's do this. std debug. No, std log debug. Bald, hello. Oh, I kind of missed the chat, sorry. Draw box. And we'll do an empty. Let's save that. Okay, so it never calls draw box. It should do it if I do this over here. Yeah, now it says draw box. So that means it's actually not... Wait, no, it says draw box. But I don't see any. It draws 6 boxes. And I don't see any one of them. Your stream is bugged on Twitch, by the way. Yeah, I don't know what's up today. It's kind of bad. Can't do much about it. But yeah, it says that it draws boxes 6 times, but I don't see a single one. So there can be multiple reasons for this. But I feel like this should be the right thing. And the worst part is that I cannot really draw. Maybe I can. Oh. Right. I forgot to actually. Rather. Wait, but I don't have to bind it. No, once is enough. And then we'll go here. Box, self, box, mesh, mesh. And that should be it. Okay, let's see. No box. Fuck! It says draw box, but I don't see no box. I don't feel like I'm missing anything right now. I think it's pretty alright what I'm doing right now. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But this shouldn't have anything. This is just for the scene data. It should be fine. I don't understand. Where's the damn box? Let's see what. But it doesn't. I don't do anything with their position. They should all be in the same position either way. So should not have to worry about it. Ah. I'm still printing the damn server ID. What am I doing wrong? Twitch stream is still broke. It should be good now. I don't know. It seems pretty good. Like on my side, it's like green and shit. On my OBS, at least, it says that everything is good. Maybe it's lying. Who knows? But this should make the draw box be there, but it's not. This I don't really. This is not it. What other reasons could there be? Are the vertices drawn the wrong order? Let's see. Maybe I just draw the vertices in the wrong order on the box and it's just... Then we should see if I go to the center. I don't know what's the center. We should see at some point. Maybe I just moved too fast. I can't even recognize. Okay. I'm gonna try to just do... Or am I actually passing... Yeah, no, I'm passing the right data. But what we can do here is set cool mode back bit. None. So if that is actually the problem, so now if I go inside, I knew it was the problem. So there is our boxes. It is there, but it's not doing the right thing for the planet. Which is right. Okay, wait. Set full. So now we should see the inside of the planet. Let's see. Boom. That's hilarious. Yeah. Whoa. But yeah, now we will see boxes for each client, which is pretty funny. Doesn't really move, which is even funnier, right? But we'll get to there once we get there. But yeah, I don't know why I'm actually just doing the vertices in the wrong order. That's pretty crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. Then they locked me in a room, a rubber room filled with rats. And rats makes me go crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once.
A rubber room filled with cats.
Cats? No, a rubber room filled with rubber ducks. Ducks? Blech.
Rubber the axe.
The axe. I have to go in 4 minutes, but it's getting there, right? Because these boxes are only spawned because we do have the it recognizes that it has spawned multiple entities. Now we just need to make sure that the actual entity is transformed with the position, and then we should see each player move, because it should send information about the update position. It doesn't do it for all the clients. I have to think about this for a moment. But it's getting there, right? These shaders are freaking cool. I just love it. Like we can it's so hot reloading is so freaking awesome. Like we can just go back here, and now we can just go in here and we can open up the vertex, right? And in here we could now just go comment that out, and boom, both of them get updated at the same time. And then we can go crazy. We can do whatever we want here. They both will take effect. I think, what else could we do that is pretty funny here? Well, let's see. We do have. So we can do. This is x time divided by 2 y set of the vertices. Let's just do 0, 0. I didn't really do anything. I thought it would do something. What if I just change this to 1? It should be red, but it's not red. Well, I guess it's because of the calculations that goes on in the fragment shader. So we can go to the fragment shader and pretty much just go. No. Yes, this is what we have to do in color. Say that. Boom! They are both red. And then we can go in here and save that. Oh my god. And what we can do is that it's even crazier. Is because when we got the hot reloading also on the server. Let's see if, okay, this is gonna be crazy if it does it. Okay, wait, where do we, so if you go to systems and then the network here, and then when we go through each client, let's see, no wait, is this actually where I want to be? System? Yeah, here, okay. So what we can do here is that we could take, what should we do? We could do this. Let me think. I would like to do a command, right? In here, so we can paste it. Maybe at the end, so. And then here we can just say command update transform, which will be then update transform. Shit, we actually have to provide the ID. I was thinking we could just do any ID, but I would actually have to go. But actually, we got ID is equal to client dot entity ID, right? So now we'll go through each and every entity, and I can say command dot position update, and then we can take position is equal to, and we will have to get like this. Okay. We get the, oh thank god it didn't save. Okay, so we get the client ID and we get the transform, and we'll say that the transform, we have to change the transform dot position 0 is minus, I will do, wait, this is x, y, z, I wanted z. And then we want to do, for example, we could do plus equals, we could take delta time. And then we say transform dot position. Okay, let's see. This should make all of them start moving backwards automatically right now. If I don't have a typo somewhere. Right, we have to do at what is it? Cannot be assigned to constant? Damn it. A variable. Weird. And we still have to actually send it, my bad. I forgot about that. The most important part I forgot about. So, paste it. Damn it. Paste that. Okay. And oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't do the thing I thought it would do. It's spamming me with other stuff. Doesn't recognize the command. It should be able to receive. Oh yeah, but because there's entities that is not because of the command. It's because of the. Damn it. Oh my god. I'm just trying to read what it says, but yeah, in theory this should actually make all of the entities move to backwards, but apparently doesn't do it. Yeah. Let's see, I'm just gonna close one of them and see why this is the case of both. Do network stream socket send self-network, but that's nothing to do with the client. Did I get an... Oh! It was I did something wrong in here. Okay, I have to look into that. The problem wasn't on the client side, it was on the server side. It's going to work like this, trust me on that one. It's going to work. It's going to be able to be doing changes on the server which will modify how all of the clients behave while the game is running. Alright? It's going to work. I just did it wrong. But that will have to be it. I have to go. I have a call with a few other guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.
See ya tomorrow.